G'day gamers, Gob here. Welcome back to Gob's Quickies. Now, the other day I released this video where I showed you how to make this piston door using the target block. And I was thinking to myself, let's see what else we can do with this. Now, I'm going to give a go at building a mob farm. Not just any mob farm, but one that will be compatible in 1.16, the Never update, but using the target block. Now, it's not going to be the perfect mob farm. This is more for giggles to use this target block, and there are much better ways of doing it with redstone paths and things like that. But I want to give this a go, so I'm going to. Let's do it! First things first, what we need to do is make a collection system. And we're going to do simply a double chest. We're going to feed into that collection system a series of 3 by 3 hoppers, all feeding into that chest. I'm just going to cap it around with some decorative blocks. Oops, a daisy. And there you go. Now what I'm going to do is go up 40 high, because I want this to be a mob farm where any mobs that are spawned will fall to their doom. I'm not going to use it as an XP grinder, just purely using it for the bits. Okay, so I'll take this up 40 and I will be back. And there you go. One tower 40 high. That took a little while. And a lot of glass. Right, now what we're going to do is build the spawning and dropping area. Okay, so to do that, first things first is I'm going to cap the top of the drop chute with a building block. And you probably worked out by now I am very partial to the stone bricks. Now pick a side, any side, it doesn't really matter, but this is the orientation of the farm. So if you want the farm to spawn, say, east-west, and have the main spawning platforms east-west, you want this chamber to go north-south. And what I want you to do is from here, I want you to go out 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just fill it in there. Once you've filled it in, just enclose the area with a wall. Now if you want a massive mob farm, then you could do this on the other side as well, but this is basically where the mobs are going to get washed into. Okay, so that's fully enclosed. What I want you to do now, 3 buckets of water, put them down 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it flows to the edge of that platform. So anything that gets washed into here will get pushed down the kill chamber. Okay, now what we need to do is just bring this wall up a few. I'll do that and I'll be back. Okay, so on the side that we're going to have our mobs spawning, it only needs to come up from being too high. We can actually even include our mob spawner on this side, our mob spawning platform over here, because they can get washed into there. Okay, so from this row here we want to come out 8, not including that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we fill it in. Okay, once you've done that, build up the side walls. And the reason we've gone that many is I'll show you. I'll just put down some blocks temporarily along here. Is we want water to flow to the edge of that platform, and that's it. But we're not going to have it like this. So get rid of that water. Along this back row here, we want dispensers, all facing inwards. There we go. What I want you to do now is just build this area up 2 high. Don't want it 3 because we don't want those nasty endermen in. Now, if you're doing this in survival, you might want to put some torches down. And we'll put that over here as well. Right. What we do now is we can put a roof on here. Right, now what you need to do is do that again, a few more layers. I'll do that and I'll be back. Right, so I've now gone up 3 layers, and to really get benefit out of this target block methodology, you could probably go up another couple of layers to really get the advantage, but this will do us for now. And if you really wanted to, you could replicate this on the other side, so you've got 2 systems feeding into the one chute. Okay, so what now? We want to put water buckets in each of these dispensers. Okay, so water buckets in. Okay, so now what I want you to do is, behind each of these dispensers, put 2 blocks. And I'll just continue it on that last one there. And behind each dispenser, put a repeater. And then run a line of dust along the second row of blocks all the way to the end. Right, you should have something that looks like that. Okay, so from here I want you to go across 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the second one in, I want you to put a block, put a redstone torch on top of it, a block, a redstone torch, a block, redstone torch, a block, a redstone torch on the side. Just connect these areas up. We won't put the dust in just yet. Okie dokie. Now, going into this block, we want a repeater. And then on this block here, we want a target block. And then what we can do is we can just enclose our target block. Okay, now what we want to do is just connect our dust. At the moment, none of them should have active redstone. We have that. Okie dokie. Now what we want here, straight over this hole, is a dispenser. And we want that dispenser facing down, so we can do it like this. There we go. Dispenser facing down. And we'll enclose that up now. There we go. 1 dispenser. Now we want to put a hopper clock down. And we'll do that over here. Okay, so the idea of a hopper clock is we have a redstone signal that goes backwards and forwards. We start with 2 hoppers facing each other. So 1, 2. This one needs to be facing into that one. Now, from those hopper clocks, we need a comparator coming out each side. And they need to feed into a block. Now we put down a blob of dust, and a blob of dust, sticky piston, sticky piston. Okay, so what we want is we want to send a signal to that dispenser to fire the arrows down into the target block. One to start the water buckets and one to stop. So to do that, we get a signal coming when it's here and a signal coming from when it's there. And then we'll just run our line down. And we put it into that row will go into that dispenser directly and fire it. That row will go into the block which will power it, which will fire the dispenser. So we then have two mechanisms. We'll put that down there. See, it's fired the dispenser. So let's get our arrows. Okay, so we put our arrows in the dispenser. We can put our 25-30 blocks into the hoppers to start the clock, and hopefully we should hear the dispenser fire when it moves. There we go, and we've now got water buckets flowing. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just enclose this completely, turn on the mobs, and I'll be back. Right, so I've now enclosed the drop chamber. One thing to do is to demobify the top, when you can either do that by putting down slabs or spamming torches. I'm just going to spam torches today. And as you can hear, the mechanism's working. Okay, it's not the prettiest of structures. There you go. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it on to non-peaceful mode and see what happens. Let's wait and see. And there you go. We're now on hard mode. Slimes have started spawning in the overworld, and let's see what happens to the mob farm. And here they come. Happy days. It's working! Hello, Mr. Trader. It's working! And what have we got so far? Not a bad little haul. And we'll just watch the mobs falling to their doom. A couple of spiders trying to hide up there. Happy days! I'm getting a nice little haul. And there you go. One target block powered mob farm. Well, I'm pretty pleased with that. My own mob farm, my own design, using the target block to power the redstone mechanism. If you like this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a comment about what you think. But until next time, as the mobs fall to their doom, that's all from me. Hooroo!